Can you just give them a reassurance that Wolverhampton as university and as area is quite safe?
Students can work on term breaks and on summer holidays. They can work full-time at those periods.
But there are a lot of UK universities which have become quite popular in Bangladesh. So if a student is planning to pursue higher studies in UK, why should they opt for the University of Wolverhampton?
I think most students are choosing computer science, data science and cybersecurity. That is where the more interest is, or the artificial intelligence, which is very good for me to see, right? Especially healthcare. Healthcare is an area where I think I'll encourage Bangladeshi students to look at opportunities in nursing, in public health, in health-related subjects, Podiatry.
Hello everyone and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mustafa Javed and today I'm very delighted to have Ms. Bhavna Bagga with us. She is the head of region of South Asia of University of Wolverhampton, which is in UK. Currently, it's an honor that she is in Compass Education, which is in Dhaka, and she is here to answer all the queries for the local students. So welcome Ms. Bhavna with us. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm good.
And how has been Bangladesh so far for you?
It's been overwhelming. It's been overwhelming, yeah.
And do you see the positivity among students to pursue their higher education in University of Wolverhampton in your visit?
I think my visit has been very, very successful. I've seen more than sufficient number of students in the last 3 working days. And since that, I say that a lot of students I've met have fantastic caliber. They're quite good quality students. They have the required academic and English standards. So I'm quite happy with that. And good to see the change, because if you see the market trends, the current students are choosing courses which are more relevant. So I'm happy with it.
Just to follow up with what you said, Bhavnaji, I wanted to know that there are a lot of UK universities which have become quite popular in Bangladesh. So if a student is planning to pursue their higher studies in UK, why should they opt for the University of Wolverhampton?
It's a very good question, because see, when it comes to universities, I think we all have the same goal of providing education and state-of-art facilities, good lecture rooms, good professors, good tutors. But what stands out for me is we're culturally very close to home. Okay, University of Wolverhampton is based in a location called Midlands, which is closer to Birmingham and closer to London. It's just between the two, which allows a lot of South Asian culture. It's pretty easy for students to find part-time jobs within the industries, and also they find to be closer to the culture. Food is not a struggle, weather is not a struggle, culture is not a struggle. So I think that's where we are very well placed.
Great. So as you said that the interest is increasing and it's been very positive. Just for the betterment of the students, can you specify some of the programs which seem to be quite popular now in the university?
Currently, I think most students are choosing computer science, data science and cybersecurity. That is where the more interest is, or the artificial intelligence, which is very good for me to see, because that's more relevant in the current market dynamics. But more than that, I think I would request yourself and other partners and everybody else in the region to focus on STEM programs, science, technology, engineering and mathematics, because they are going to be relevant for the next decade, right? Especially healthcare. Healthcare is an area where I think I'll encourage Bangladeshi students to look at opportunities in nursing, in public health, in health-related subjects, Podiatry, medical programs are really good for them to choose.
As you told, ma'am, that healthcare subjects are also quite prominent. So are a few other engineering subjects as well. And through my research and my understanding, I have seen there are more than 500 plus courses that are available for the students. But many students, because it will be their first venture abroad, can you just give them a reassurance that Wolverhampton as university and as area is quite safe?
See, as a location, we are quite safe, and as I said, we are very close to the home and the culture. So be it gurdwaras or mosques or temples or churches, we are very close to all of that, and students can continue their religious practices, which is very essential for them to be centered. Within the university, we have chaplainry, which does allow them to come and practice their religions, which is, I feel, as a human, as a South Asian, it's quite important. When it comes about safety, I think the lowest crime rate is in Wolverhampton, so we're quite safe in that way. And with regards to courses, because we did touch upon that part, we have professional policing, by the way, which will allow students to become police officers, but also allow them to be part of forensics and the support mechanism required in crime scenes, in investigation. So it's a very relevant area. So more than providing safety, we can also provide programs which can help the safety of the student. Yeah.
So it's great to know that it will be safe. But having said that, international students are also very concerned about the cost. There are two costs which they always keep in mind: the university cost and the accommodation or the living cost. So can you throw some light on that?
Sure. The current generation has changed and they genuinely want to look at the ROI of a program, which I don't dispute. I think that's their right to ask us this very valid question, that how do they recover from the expenditure of the course. There are two ways to look at it. One is during the program, they're allowed to work 20 hours per week, so they can do part-time programs within the course. But beyond that, just for everybody's reference, students can work on term breaks and on summer holidays. They can work full-time at those periods. And also post the program and within the program, the university does give them a lot of opportunity to work in the industry through internships, which could be just wages based, could be placements that could allow them to get even part-time income or full-time income. And beyond that, we also provide sandwich programs, which means that the student has an opportunity to do 1-year placement within the bachelor's program. So that does help a lot to recover from the investment. But beyond that, the students are allowed to work in the UK post the qualification, so they can stay back for 2 years post the degree, which does allow them to work for 2 years full time. So there's a lot of ways they can recover from the expenditure.
And I think the more options that a student gets, I think it's more easier for the student to finish the course and also not think too much about the cost that they'll be incurring.
True.
As you're well aware, ma'am, that Compass Education as an organization is extensively promoting and working for University of Wolverhampton. So why the students should choose Compass Education to process their application, and how will the students benefit, and what kind of help can Compass Education provide?
See, I think when I look at from a different lens of a student, I see two things. When I go to a regular organization, they can help me with variety of universities, but then the interest can get diluted. There could be too many options.
And too many confusions.
So the interest of the student can get diluted. But when it comes to Compass, they are providing very curated way to get students through the process. They're very supportive of IELTS training, and I think all the students I saw today were exceptionally good. So I see the worth, I see the advantage as an institution. Institutions also want to make sure that they get good quality students. So Compass does provide that platform for both parties to have to be on the same synergy, basically. Yeah. So it's a good idea to come through Compass.
And ma'am, we are, as being a part of Compass Education, it is a very delightful feeling to have you in person in our office. And before I just go to my last question, as you conducted a thorough spot admission today, what feedback will you provide us in terms of the students and their interest, and how can we guide them better?
See, first, I'm very overwhelmed with the number of students I've seen today, and I'm very happy with the quality of the students. So I don't see a scope of improvement there, but I do see an area which needs to be tapped on. Those programs that have not been tapped in the market, and it is not about Compass or about the students. It is about being aware that the University of Wolverhampton does offer the opportunity to do professional policing program or architect program or Podiatry, which are medical science programs where they can become surgeons, they can continue in healthcare practices, adult nursing. These are areas which have not been tapped in the region. That is, we live in a world of influence. All the choices we are making today are influenced by some sort of an environment around us. So I think as an industry, we should put the environment right. So this is not about Compass, this is about the country. If Bangladeshi students want to come on to those kind of programs, which gives them guaranteed future stay in a country, they should look at programs which are entitled. And I will elaborate the word entitled. Entitled means, example, you do a LLB program, you're entitled to be a lawyer. If you do a nursing program, you're entitled to be a nurse. So please look at programs that give you entitlement, because that will allow you to just not work in the UK, but also work in all European countries.
And honestly, ma'am, thank you for such a detailed response. But just to add to what you said, the reason we feel Wolverhampton to be such a great university and why we cater it to the student at such extensive length is because the number of subjects, as I mentioned earlier, is huge. And there are some very unique subjects like moral policing, as you just mentioned, which actually can benefit. So the university is actually making the students think differently across all spectrums.
True.
And if you're again planning to study in UK, Compass would be a great choice. And we have University of Wolverhampton for the January 2026 intake and also November 2025 intake. and we would love to have you and help you out to achieve your dream of studying in University of Wolverhampton in the UK. Thank you.
And can I just add one line here? Yeah. All students coming to the University of Wolverhampton are also entitled to be called Wolfie, wolves. Okay, so I think it's something which I enjoy, that students call themselves wolves or wolfies. So yeah, it's interesting.
And ma'am, just on behalf of Compass Education, if you could just say 2 lines to the students.
First, Compass is a great platform for you to come and look at study abroad opportunities, and it's a great value add for us as well, because we trust them, we have faith in the process they put in across the whole student journey. When you look at the student journey, when you're looking at studying abroad, you're looking at getting service, support and infrastructural understanding of the processes. They do have extensive knowledge about admissions and compliance, so please feel free to go to them. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. You are wonderful.